Now, in a bid to assist struggling African countries fight the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, the French president has promised that his country will provide millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses to help African countries. Emmanuel Macron, on a visit to South Africa, pledged that France will help South Africa and other African countries to develop the capacity to produce their own vaccines to fight the pandemic. Details in this report.
This is the first visit by the French president to South Africa, and it's at the personal invitation by President Cyril Ramaphosa. The two leaders' agenda was packed. They discussed deepening of bilateral relations between the two nations, economic recovery and ways of achieving peace and security on the African continent. South Africa is France's largest trading partner in Africa, while France is South Africa's second largest trading partner in the European Union.
This has been a wonderful visit, which also solidifies a good friendship that has evolved between myself and President Macron. We generally see things more or less in the same way and are quite supportive on a number of areas and a number of issues. So we will continue working together, and for our two countries, this forms a very solid foundation to continue strengthening the relations between South Africa and France.
The bilateral meeting was mostly engaged with the issues pertaining to the COVID-19 pandemic. The two leaders spoke about the global COVID-19 response recovery plan during the meeting.
It is on the COVID-19 that we are feeling France's keen support and solidarity in that they are prepared to take the lead, to advocate Africa's case. And let me say that, yes, France is seen as a friend of Africa, and President Macron fits into that role so well and so easily, because he'd like, yes, the entire continent to succeed, and we want to promote good relations with France on an ongoing basis.
The French president vowed that his country will provide millions of COVID-19 doses to help African countries inoculation. He also pledged that France will help South Africa and to develop capacity to produce their vaccines to fight the pandemic.
We want a strong partnership in up the giving of doses and technology transfer that will enable us to set up production capacity in South Africa and Africa and fight challenges to issues of intellectual property, which should certainly not slow down things.
The presidents also discussed the violent retaliation by insurgents in northern Mozambique, where French energy giant Total withdrew its operations following deadly attacks which affected both South African and French nationals. Macron said that France was willing to support diplomatic interventions if Mozambique requested it.
France stands ready to help, but at the request of the state, the government, the regional institutions, and the African Union. This is what we will do in this conflict, and we'll be working on the issues of Mozambique, and we will very much contribute to building a space of security and stability.
The two heads of states also paid a visit to the Vaccine Production Support Initiative for Africa at the University of Pretoria.